Hey, welcome to Pilates with Jen, and thanks for joining me today. Today, I am bringing you beginner workout number 5 of our beginner series. We need no props today. We're going to be diving a little bit deeper into our Pilates journey. So my reformer is set up today with 3 red springs. That's 3 heavy springs on my machine. My foot bar is up in its normal footwork position. My straps are ready to go, and your headrest is any way you'd like it. Once you are ready to go, I'll meet you on the reformer. All right, go ahead, have a seat on your carriage, perpendicular to your carriage. You're gonna bring your bottom all the way up towards the edge where your feet are planted onto that floor. We're gonna drop those shoulders back and down. We're gonna pull that navel towards the spine. We're gonna reach our arms up long in front of us. From here, you're taking an inhale to prepare. On your exhale, I want you to articulate yourself down, roll yourself back into that C curve, keeping those shoulders away from those ears. Take an inhale and roll yourself up. Again, exhale, roll it down. Inhale up, just warming up that spine, warming up that core, getting ready to work for the work ahead. Again, it doesn't have to be as deep as mine. It could be deeper than mine. Whatever works for your body, just listen to your body. We're going to go for 3 more here. Rolling it down, tucking that tailbone, making that ab and rib connection. We have 2 more. Feet are trying to stay planted onto that floor. On this last one, you're going to roll yourself down. You're going to hold yourself there. Send those shoulders back. I want you to rotate towards your shoulder blocks. Bring it back to center. You're just rotating your waist towards the foot bar. Bring it back to center. Continue that motion from the left. Warming up with that rotation. Make sure you keep those shoulders plugged down the back. Abs are pulled in. We have 1 more left. 1 more right. Come back to the center. Draw those abs in and slowly bring yourself on up. Excellent job. Let's go ahead, roll those shoulders. I'm going to go ahead, lift my headrest up. I am going to turn around as we're going to come into our footwork series. So we're going to find our heels on that bar. Headrest is adjusted any way you like. Heels are sits bones distance apart, so heels are right underneath those glutes. And then toes are flexed towards your nose. You're going to take an inhale to prepare. On that exhale, you're going to push yourself out and resist yourself in. So taking a moment to see how your body feels. Your core is warm and engaged, so you should have that sensation of the abs pulling into the spine like you have a heavy stack of books on your belly. So sometimes when we warm up with the abs first, it's easier to feel that stack or heaviness in the abdominal cavity. We're going to go for 4 more here. Knees are pointing straight up to the clouds. Arms are pressing down into that carriage mat, trying to drop those shoulders and back to hit that carriage underneath you. We're going for 1 more. Bring it all the way in. We're going to slide down to the balls of the feet. All 10 toes are going to pick up real estate here. You're going to lift those heels like you have a small Sunday heel on. Take an inhale. Exhale, push that carriage out and resist it in. Getting a little deeper into that back body here. Think about that neutral spine. We have 3. for 2. Last one, come all the way in. We're going to take those heels and bring them wide on the foot bar. So increasing the challenge, picking up the pace a little bit. Toes are flexed towards your nose. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale, extend that carriage out. Resist it in. Again, your knees are turning out towards the corners of the room. Trying to minimize the shake between the rocking between the legs. Pelvis is staying nice and quiet. We have 4 more here. One more. Go ahead, bring yourself all the way home. We're going to slide down to the balls of the feet, staying externally rotated in that wide position. Heels are lifted like that Sunday heel. Take an inhale, exhale, extend that carriage out. Resist it in. Think about really pulling in through those inner thighs, pulling up through that pelvic floor. Try not to let the hips open too wide. We have 4 more. Last 2. Sync the movement with your breath. On this last one, come all the way in. I want you to walk your toes back to the center of the foot bar. Keep your feet externally rotated. This time we're coming into Pilates V narrow. So abs are pulled in, legs over those hip bones, not splaying wide open. So you're keeping them up over those hips, squeezing those heels together, arms pressing into that mat. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze it out. Now really engage those inner thighs. Pull up through that pelvic floor, resist it open. I do like to give myself a little tactile feedback to make sure I'm squeezing from the crease of my seat, helping pull up that pelvic floor. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, last one. Come all the way in, bring that carriage home, separate the heels, back into parallel, hip distance apart, extend that carriage long. Both heels are going to drop underneath that foot bar for a tendon stretch. You're going to lift those heels. Again, drop the heels under and lift. We're going for 6 more. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Next time you come up on those toes, I want you to bend those knees, push yourself right back out. I want you to drop those heels for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come up on those toes, bend those knees, push yourself out, drop your heels for 2. Come up on those toes, bend your knees. Let's push ourselves out for 3 singles. Drop the heels on the toes, bend the knees. Last 2. Push out. Drop the heels on the toes, bend the knees. Last 1. Heels, toes, bend the knees. Slowly bring yourself in. Bring your knees to your chest. Go ahead and roll those ankles. All right, we're going to find our heels back onto that foot bar. Go ahead, push yourself down a little bit away from that shoulder block. Those blocks, arms are going to come up to the clouds here. We're going to lift one leg to table, squeezing by the neck. squeezing to the next one, sorry. If you have neck injury or neck problems and chest lifts are not for you, you do this whole motion without lifting your head and just lift your arms up and down, trying to keep your collarbones smiling and wide open. For others, that neck is not an issue. You're going to tuck your chin towards your chest. You're going to curl yourself up as one unit. You're going to reach those arms long past your hips. Now look, gaze in between those legs. Make sure those legs are right over those hips, so pull those knees away, neutral spine. We're going to start pumping those arms. You're going to take an inhale for 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep moving the arms constantly, trying to keep the body quiet. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you curl up a little bit more? Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Little higher, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Continue that movement. We got 3 more sets. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, exhale. Last set, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold strong. Reach those arms up. Head comes down. Feet find the foot bar. Drop your knees from side to side. Hundreds is definitely not one of the easiest moves to learn, especially the breathing pattern, but it does build your core up super fast. So I do love to do them a lot in my beginner classes. So, all right, gave you a little bit of a break there. We're coming back from those shoulder blocks. Arms are coming back up to the clouds. We're gonna find those legs back into tabletop. We're coming into that same position, so if you can't lift your chest or your head, you keep it down. Tuck the chin, curl yourself up, reach those arms long. We're coming into single leg stretch, so I'm gonna extend my right leg long, pull it back. Extend the left leg long and pull it back, working into our series of 5. We're not gonna do the whole series today, just a few. Just alternating your right and left. You're really trying to extend that leg long out of the hip flexor. Feel free to put your head down anytime. We have 2 more. 1 more. Knees come together, arms come up, head comes down, let the feet find the foot bar. Drop yourself from side to side. And we're coming back to the center. We're going to do the same thing coming into double leg stretch. So instead of alternating legs, both legs are moving. Take an inhale, legs to table, squeeze, exhale, roll yourself up, reach those arms long, send those shoulders back, both legs, extend them long, pull them back in, extend them long. Think about them weighing 150 pounds and you're using your abdominals to really pull them back in. Keep those abs pulled in, reaching those arms long, shoulders are away from the ears. We have 3 more. For 2. Last one. Knees come in, arms come up, and feet come down. Drop your knees from side to side. All right, last set, we're coming in to crisscross. So we are going to take our hands, and this time they are coming behind our head. So move away a little bit from those shoulder blocks. Open those hands wide behind the head. I like to wrap my shoulders around the shoulder blocks. If that's unavailable for you, just keep them here until you curl up, and then you can open them wide. Legs are coming to tabletop. You're squeezing. You're finding that neutral spine. Abs are pulled in. Take an inhale to prepare. Exhale. Curl yourself up. Now I'm going to rotate towards the left as I extend my right leg long. I'm going to pull it back to center. go to the other side. What you are trying to think about is as you're rotating your waist, you're trying to minimize the movements of your hips, and you're trying to bring the armpit to the opposite knee. So trying to keep those arms open. We're going for 4 more. 2 on each side. We have 1 more left, 1 more right. Bring those knees together, head comes to center. Bring that head down. Bring those feet to the foot bar and drop your knees from side to side. All right, go ahead, reach behind you, drop that headrest down. We're coming into our bridging section. So if articulation is not for you, stay with that flat back hinge through this whole sequence. I'm going to start with my heels on the bar. We're going to start with articulation here. So just like when we began tucking and rolling in our roll down, we're going to tuck that pelvis towards our nose. Arms are engaged into that carriage mat. You're going to continue peeling yourself up 1 vertebrae at a time, engaging those glutes, trying to stay stabilized and connected through the core. Keep those abs and ribs connected. Knees are pointing to the corners of the wall and the ceiling in front of you. Take an inhale at the top. I want you to exhale and slowly roll yourself down 1 vertebrae at a time, pushing like a string of pearls, and unroll. Let's go for 3 more, just like this. We're going to tuck, scoop, and roll. Trying to keep that carriage quiet, trying to pull that carriage in with your hamstrings as you're mobilizing that spine. Take it at your pace. We have 2 more here. This will be the last one, full set. Articulate yourself all the way up. And then articulate yourself vertebra by vertebra, 1 by 1. Excellent job. Bring that carriage in if the carriage moved. Coming in with our second set, we're going to stay on our heels here, but now we're staying with that flat back hinge. So arms resting by your sides, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Hold them there here. Now, take a gaze, abs or ribs connected. I want you to tilt your pelvis towards the left. So you're just taking the pelvis, shifting it a little towards the left, and then you're going to shift the pelvis towards the right. What I want you to think about is if you had a ball rolling from side to side, your hips would stop it from falling off because it would be like a wave, a bowl of water, slopping from side to side, but so softly that the water's not going to spill. So just transferring the weight to the left hip and to the right hip. We have 4 for 3, 2, 1. Bring it back to center. Bring those hips on down. Bring your knees to your chest for a moment. And now we are going to go a little bit deeper into our bridging with our toes or arches on the bar. So if you have a tendency to cramp on your heels, just stay on your heels. If you're okay on your heels, then move up to your arches. If you know that you're okay on your arches, then go up to the balls of the feet. We're going to stay with that flat back hinge. Arms are resting down by the side. Take an inhale to prepare. Squeeze the glutes. Draw the abs in. Lift the hips. From here, if you are on your toes, I want you to lift your heels. Now, drop your heels. Lift and lower. If you are on your heels or your arches, you're just holding this bridge, or you could hinge it up and down. But working on ankle stability here as we lower and lift the heels. Keep those abs pulled in, glutes are strong. I caught myself being lazy. So activating every muscle. We got 3 for 2 and 1. Lift those heels and hinge it down. Bring those knees to the chest, rock it out, roll those ankles. You can go ahead and lift that headrest if you like it up. And then when you are ready, we're gonna come up off the reformer, make a few changes. So I am gonna be coming up making a spring change. We are gonna be dropping some weight today, and we are going to 1 red spring only, and this is where we will be for the rest of our flow. So we're gonna be staying on this red spring until we finish up with feet and straps. So headrest is up. Go ahead, lie yourself back down. We're going to reach behind us, and we are going to be grabbing our straps. So remember, you have the choice between the long loops or the short loops, but this is a lighter weight. So if you have been using the long loops, maybe try to go to the shorter loops because the weight is lighter today. Arms are coming up to the clouds. Drop those shoulders back. Find one leg to tabletop. Find the other to meet it. Find your neutral spine. If you need to protect your back, find your imprinted spine. When you're ready, arms are coming straight down to the sides, resisting it up. You have the option to add that chest lift if you would like to. Remember, it's your workout. I'm going to draw my chin towards my chest, curl myself up, hips stay stacked down, knees stay stacked over the hips, excuse me, and your bottom stays glued to the carriage mat. We're going to go for 5 more. 4, 3, 2, last one. When the head comes down, your feet can find the foot bar. Adjust yourself if you need. I seem to be jamming into my shoulder blocks. All right, arms come back up to the clouds. Once you're ready, find those legs into tables, squeeze them together, find that neutral or imprinted spine. You're gonna drop your arms down by your sides, elbows are coming in towards your waistline. We're gonna start with that tricep press. So you're just gonna press the arms down towards the mat, resist them up. Again, you can add that chest lift if you choose. Getting a little deeper into that ab work. But what you want to be mindful of is that your hips are staying glued to the mat and you're not reverse tucking them towards your nose. We're going for 3 more. For 2. On this next one, if your head is up, go ahead and bring it down. Keep the elbows in that tricep position. I want you to take the elbows and now I want you to bring them into the sides. You're going to press the elbows down and you're going to bring them up and around into little forearm circles. So press them down, bring them out and around. This is why I lighten the load for these forearm circles. So I want you to press the arms down. Elbows come in towards the waistline as you circle the hands out and around. Keep the abs and ribs connected. Try not to splay through the chest. We're going for 3 more. 2, 1. When the hands come to the cloud, you're going out to the sides, circling them around. Last 3. For 2. And 1. Go ahead, extend those arms up to the clouds. Let those feet find the foot bar. And you can go ahead and hang those straps up. Open those arms wide. Just give yourself a spine twist from the left and to the right. Maybe take your gaze, look the opposite way. If your headrest is up again, please go ahead and knock it down. And then we can carefully come up off our reformer as we're going to be coming up to a sitting position. I'm going to sit on my carriage and face my tower. Now your legs can come through the headrest, through the shoulder blocks if they fit side by side. If they don't fit side by side, just cross one leg over the other. If you have tight hamstrings, you can bring your feet wide and sit yourself up nice and tall if this works better for you. Also, if you have trouble sitting out of your waistline, because for a lot of people, this is a very hard position to hold with a straight spine. Grab a yoga block. You can sit on a yoga block, lift yourself up just a little bit. It helps keep yourself higher. So I'm going to take my legs, I'm going to bring them through the shoulder blocks, and I'm going to reach in front of me. You can also keep your legs softly bent if that works for you as well. I am going to go ahead, choke up on my straps. I'm going to hold up by the tape. My arms are going to be reaching long in front of me. These arms are going to stay long the whole entire time. Make sure that you have a hand's distance from the back of your carriage mat so you don't hit into your foot bar. If you are super tall, you may have to scooch up just a little bit on the carriage to give yourself some space between yourself and the foot bar. Shoulders are plugged down your back, abs are pulled in, you have a straight spine, arms are reaching long. You're going to tuck that tailbone. You're going to round yourself down. You're going to articulate. You're going to keep that curve, that C curve right here. Draw those abs in, and then you're going to bring yourself up. Now, your arms are just supporting you. They are not moving. Your abdominals are moving. So as you're rolling down, that carriage is sliding underneath you. Take an inhale, exhale, roll yourself up. And you're rolling by using your abdominals. Again, tuck, scoop, and roll. Send those shoulders back. Remember, you go to what level you're comfortable rolling down. You could be going deeper or shallower, whatever works for your body. We're going to go for 4 more. Building up the core here. Carriage is moving by me articulating myself back. My shoulders are staying plugged down my back. My collarbones are smiling. I think we have 3 more. I don't know whether it's 2 or 3, so we're just going to do 3. Last 2. One more here. Next time you come up, you're going to sit up nice and tall up over those sitting bones. Stack that spine. You may want to give yourself some room and maybe come to your short loops here. You decide, you can stay choked up. Arms are going to come out. We're going to come into bicep work, so some arm work. Elbows are coming up high. You can drop them if you feel your shoulders coming up into your ears. You're going to extend the arms long. Take an inhale, exhale, pull the arms towards your nose. Exhale, inhale it out. Exhale, pull it in. Try to keep those elbows high if you can. If you feel those shoulders, drop the elbows lower. There's no harm in it. Keep it soft. Don't grip those straps. Soft fingers. Sitting up nice and tall. We got 3 more. 3. You have a string pulling you from the crown of your head. 2. Last 1. Go ahead, release those arms and relax those shoulders. Excellent job. Go ahead, roll those shoulders forwards and backwards. All right, 1 more set here. We're going to take those arms again and we're going to bring them into that bicep curl. But this time we're not moving the arms. So we did short box abs last week with a hinge back. I want you to imagine the same thing. You're stacked up nice and tall. You're gonna lean yourself flat back just to where you think you can bring yourself back up and come up. So hinge yourself back. Look right in between the palms of those hands, in that space between them, and lift it up. Excellent. Hinge it back, straight back. Bring it up. We have 4 more. For 3. You're doing great. 1 more, you got this. Reach it back and stack it up high. Go ahead, woo, drop those arms and relax those shoulders. All right, I'm gonna just take both straps, hold them in one hand, and I'm gonna turn around to the other side. So then I take the straps, hold them in the other hand, and you get to turn around. Now straps are coming from behind you, so we're gonna work in a little bit of pushing where we were just working in our pulling motion. So now we're gonna work in our pushing motion. Feet can be out in front of you. They can be crisscross applesauce. You can be up against the shoulder blocks, but you are not leaning against the shoulder blocks. Your spine is long. Your palms are facing up, choice between the long loops and the short loops, like always. Elbows are tucked in. You're gonna push yourself away and pull yourself back in. So again, push the arms away from you. You're pushing, pushing, pushing. You're slowing that return in. Abs and ribs stay connected. Again, remember the arms can be lower. They can be down here, that's fine. If you feel your shoulders creeping up, drop your arms. Reaching those arms long, pulling them back in. We got 4 more. Push and pull. Keep those abs and ribs, don't splay, don't pop. 2 more. When those elbows come in, go ahead, relax, and take a moment here. Sitting up tall on a tall spine is definitely not easy. It does take practice, and it does cause the shakes, especially to extend your legs so long and to have them stable. All right, soft bend in the elbows, arms are coming up, coming to hug a tree here. So once you're ready, soft bend. Bringing the hands together, resisting them out. Pushing them together, pulling them apart. Neck is long, string is pulling you from the top of your head. You're sitting high over that waist. Abs and ribs are connected. We have 4, 3, 2, last one. Bring those arms in and go ahead, relax for a moment. All right, you may want to come to the long loops here. If this becomes too much, change your weight to a blue spring. So just be mindful, I am coming up over the head, so if you know that bringing your arms up over the head is not going to work for you, just go ahead and drop the weight. I do think I'm going to use the short loops. You choose whatever loops you want to use. So instead of the arms coming to hug a tree, they're coming out wide to a T. Now, once they come out wide to a T, I want you to scoop them up over your head. You're going to push yourself forward, hinge towards those toes. Come back up and open the arms wide. All right, so you're going to hug a moon or come up over your head. Draw those abs in, Reach towards the toes. Come up, open the arms. We have 4 more. Arms up over the head. Draw those abs in. Reach towards those toes. Bring that arms up, torso up, arms open. Last 2. One more. When your arms open to that T, go ahead, relax. You can hang those straps up and go ahead and roll those shoulders. All right, we are going to be coming off our carriage. I am going to come off my carriage over to my right side, staying on that one red spring. We're going to come into some lower body work, coming into our lunge work here. So I am going to bring my front foot, my outside foot, towards the foot bar today. So I want to have my knee over my ankle and my knee is down on my carriage for right now. My toes are hooked underneath the shoulder block. Shoulders are coming back and down. Foot bar is here to help you. You're going to come into that lunge, so you're going to bend down into that standing leg and extend that back leg long. If you have to keep your knee down, by all means, keep your knee down. You're going to extend it and bring it up. You work with what works for you, but I'm going to lift my knee up coming into this lunge position. From here, you're holding on or you're not. You're bending the standing leg and you're coming up. So just bending the standing leg and bringing it up. Remember, if your knee is down, you can still do this. You just may not be coming up as straight or may look a little different. So it's still all about working on your balance and adding in some leg work. Again, you can hold on. We're going for 4 more. For 3. This last one, you're going to hold it back. Now you're just going to push back with the leg. Push it back. Pulse it back. Just keep pulsing it back, stabilizing on this standing leg. We got 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it back, heel on the floor. You're gonna lift and lower. Hold on if you need to. Lift, lower, lift, lower. For 4, embrace the shake. 3, 2, and 1. Drop the heel, bring the leg on in. Great job. Go ahead and shake it out. So using a little bit of endurance in that standing leg, building up the strength. All right, staying on that red spring before we go over to the other side, we are going to bring our knees to the carriage. Now, instead of having our hands on the shoulder blocks here, I want you to bring your hands to the wood rails or whatever rails you have. All of your fingers are on the same side, and just watch your foot bar behind you. I do like it for feedback. You're going to draw those abdominals in. You're sending those shoulders back. We're coming into that bird dog. So find your 4-point kneel. Extend that right leg long. Now you should feel your foot bar behind you. You're going to lift it a little bit over the foot bar. You're going to square your hips down. You're going to extend the opposite arm, and you're going to find a spot on the floor, and you're going to draw those abdominals in. We're just going to hold it here. You're rooting your shin down to the carriage underneath you. Now, if you feel safe and available, I want you to bring the knee to the elbow and extend it out. Watch the foot bar. Knee to elbow, extend it out. Knee to elbow, extend it out. So using our proprioception, knowing we have the foot bar behind us, and trying to keep that leg from dropping too low. One more here. Bring it back to center. Both hands come down into a child's pose. And let's repeat on the other side. So all fingers on the same side of the wood rails. You want to find yourself in that 4-point stance. I'm going to extend my right leg. I'm going to curl my hip down so it's towards the foot bar. Shoulders are underneath my wrist as best they can be. Opposite hand is reaching long. Find your stability first. Drop the hips, square yourself out. Find your spot on the floor. Root down your shin through that carriage. When you're ready, if available, bring the knee in towards the elbow. Now remember the foot bar, so shoot high. In, using that proprioception. Not as good on this side, I keep grazing that foot bar. Using those abs. We got 4 more. For 3, 2. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about progress. Last 1. Extend it down and come back in to that child's pose. All right, before we go do the leg work on the other side, I just want you to move a little bit closer to your shoulder blocks. Remember, all hands, same hands on the rails. I want you to go ahead, tuck your toes onto the carriage, and we're gonna come into a plank here. So you're gonna need to walk yourself out and find that plank. We are just holding this plank. So send those shoulders back and hold the plank. All we're gonna do is point the toes and flex the toes. So point, actually flex and point. So just rocking yourself forward and back. We're just gonna hold it for a few more seconds. Give me 5 more points and flexes. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop a knee, drop the other one, and come back into child's pose. All right, let's finish that leg work on the other side. So remember, you can keep your knee down, or you can bring it more of a challenge for your knee up. You're trying to find that perfect lunge position where your knee doesn't come over your toe and your toes are hooked back onto your shoulder blocks. You can hold on. You're gonna lift that leg or keep it down, your choice. Bend that standing leg, and here we go. When you're ready, you're gonna lift the leg, straighten the leg and bend the leg. Ooh, I'm struggling with my words today. So straighten and bend. Up and down, really squeezing that glute at the top, keeping those abs and ribs engaged, stabilizing through your body, finding your balance. We're gonna go for 3 more. For 2. And 1, we're gonna hold it back. We're gonna push it back, pulse it back. Remember, the knee can be down. You can still be pulsing it back. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it back. Here we go. Lift and lower the standing knee. Heel. Oof. My words. We got 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead, reach it on in and bring that carriage in. Go ahead and shake those legs out. You can go ahead, bend yourself in half. And while you are there, add that blue spring on. We are going to stretch everything out. You can lift your headrest if you like. We are going to go ahead and lie ourselves down on our carriage and get ready to come in for some feet and straps. So both straps are going onto the arches of my feet. And once you have those straps, you're going to go ahead, lift your legs up towards the clouds. From here, I want you to point your feet down towards the foot bar and flex them up. Now, I usually don't cue feet so much because if you've taken other of my videos, the minute I start cueing them, my feet start cramping. But because we did a lot of work with lowering and lifting our heels, I just thought I would keep it here. So if you cramp by pointing and flexing, then please just do what's comfortable for you. Right now I seem okay, but it could change at any moment. We're going to go for 3 more. 2. Last one. When those legs come to 45, I want you to hold them there. Toes are pointed. Heels are together to Pilates V. You're going to bend it in pointed, flex to push away. Point to pull in, flex to push away. Last 3, 2, 1. When those legs come long, hold them there. Open your legs over the horizon so you're opening them out to the sides, squeezing them together. Coming in for that straddle stretch, stretch those legs, pull them back together. We'll go for 4 more. 3, 'Last one here. Let's find those legs in parallel, come up and around for our circles. We're going to do 5 in each direction. So whatever way you started, after you do 5, just reverse them. And again, this is all about the stretch here. We're still working, but we worked a lot. So I'm really working on the stretch here. Open those legs up and around. Last 2. Next time those legs come up to the clouds, hold them there. Grab the straps, bend both knees. I want you to take one foot, cross it over the other one, and then you can bend your knee into a figure 4. If that's too much, just stay like this. Cross one leg over and get deep into that glute and behind that hamstring. Just hold it here. Maybe bring it a little closer to you. Push it away. A little closer. Rock it away. When you're ready, we're going to take that foot out, hold that strap, push out on that other strap now, soften, bend it over. You can pull it in, rock it away. Last one. Excellent job. Hold that strap, secure that foot, and then you can bend your knees towards your chest. Take one foot out, find the foot bar. Take the other foot out, and go ahead, reach those straps up behind you. You can come up on your reformer, and we have finished beginner workout number 5. I hope you are enjoying this series, and like always, please like, comment, share, and until next time, I'll meet you on the reformer. Bye.